Hey, I'm Jeff Fliegler from GrubTribe, and I'm talking to Phil Dunn, and we're just talking about a few things that we made this week for ourselves, and food that you guys, if you're into cooking, should try at home. And they're just nice, tasty tricks you can do to make some really nice food. So I made a dish that I want to talk to you guys about that, and I want to give you a little bit of a backstory with. Um, when I worked at Crowbar, Chef Jerry, we would always try and make the perfect carbonara. And when I was growing up, a lot of the carbonaras that we used to make were, we used to render some bacon and throw a bunch of cream in there and a bunch of mushrooms, and that's what we called carbonara. And then, you know, the traditional way is you do it with an egg. And you have to have your pan at the perfect temperature, so you stir the egg in, and it actually creates a really, really nice sauce rather than scrambled eggs or this real heavy, creamy feel. It just has a really nice coating, and it's a great way to put in your pasta. And every night when we'd make family meal, we would make our own carbonara and try and get the eggs just right. And we're trained chefs, and we've all been cooking for, I think, the shortest amount of time anyone's been cooking there professionally was 5 or 6 years, and we probably had a 75 to 80% success rate of making a pretty nice carbonara. So it's not always the easiest thing to do, and especially for a home cook. But I was talking to a friend, and he's like, I made this great dish, and I poached an egg on top of my pasta. And I'm like, oh, that sounds kind of okay. He's like, yeah, it's like a perfect carbonara. I thought about it, and I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. So I went home and I cooked up some broccoli rabe, and I actually bought bucatini pasta at the store, which is the first time I saw that, which was pretty cool. I threw in some tomatoes and some Italian sausage, and then I poached an egg and put it on top of the pasta. And you serve it hot, and you crack the egg, and the egg yolk just comes on top of your pasta and makes like a natural carbonara sauce because the pasta's still warm, and it coated it perfectly. And it's just a really easy way, if you're at home and you're cooking at home and you want that experience of the perfect carbonara, but you have a hard time getting your eggs just perfectly. It's a great cheap method to do this, but it makes a really, really, really nice sauce. So I highly recommend, if you're looking for a new way to serve your pasta, throw a few vegetables in there and then poach an egg and throw it on top, and there you go. You're good to go. Super tasty, super good. It kind of picks up all the flavors, and it was a nice dish, and you should try it.
So what kind of sausage did you get? Did you get like really heavily spiced Italian sausage, or was it something a little more simple?
You know, ever since we have a 2-year-old at home, and he eats what we make, so anything that we make spice into, we have to add it afterwards. So I just got a mild Italian sausage. I think I got it at Trader Joe's, like our normal grocery store. I wish I could tell you I went here and I got the special sausage, but it wasn't. I mean, it was already like pre-cooked sausage.
But that you got your pork flavor coming from there, huh?
Yeah, a little bit of pork flavor. The broccoli rabe's bitter, so I poached the broccoli rabe for a little while first to try and take some of the hardcore bitter bite out of it, but it's still got a little bitterness to it. And then I threw in some, toasted garlic, the pasta, and a few sliced tomatoes, and that was it. It was a really fresh, easy dish to make. It took me, I don't know, if you don't count the water boiling, the actual execution time probably took me 10 minutes. So it probably took me 20 minutes considering I had to boil the water, but it's all just, I chopped a few tomatoes and poached a little broccoli rabe and made a little pasta, and there you go. It was real simple. So